Nation.
We are back. We are back.
What you looking for, Christian?
Is it us?
It is us. We are here. Um,
1 month, and it's been a while. It's been a hot minute, guys.
it has been 4 weeks. I think it's been 4 weeks. What has happened since we last recorded? We've elected a new president.
Thanksgiving happened. Black Friday
Thanksgiving.
happened.
Wait. We didn't elect a new president. Don Garber just extended his contract.
Oh, that's right. That president. That
Oh
was
boy.
that was horrible.
Ugh.
I mean, I have nothing else. Well, we've had MLS playoffs, World Cup qualifiers.
We've had
Uh,
international play.
yeah, so there's been a lot of things going on the past couple of weeks, but not really RSL related. Hence why we've decided to take a small break. But we're back.
We are
We're
back.
back.
We hope you guys all had a wonderful and safe Thanksgiving.
hmm
So, but we're
Hope you had a
back.
good cry
Yeah, good
over
cry.
RSL. Ate some pie to eat your feelings a little
I,
bit.
I've been crying about over Man City, so there's that.
But why are we crying over RSL? Just for the roster announcements?
No, just sad, when the season ended. I
Oh
mean, I'm
yeah,
always sad when the season ends.
that's all. That's true. I mean,
I'm
we
sure
did.
we'll get to the roster announcements and talk about that later.
Yeah, we will. We will. But guys, I've honestly have missed this. It was a good break though. It was a good break, but I honestly miss talking soccer with you guys because that's basically mostly what we do. Um, because well, that's just who we are. We love soccer. So I'm glad we're back. I'm glad to see your guys' faces. I haven't seen your guys' faces very often. Oh, shucks. But
Ah,
I mean, we do have a lot to go over because a lot has happened in the world of soccer. We're going to go over a couple of topics that you may like, you may not like. I mean, you're more than welcome to fast forward through some of these and listen to a certain segments, but this is how it's going to go down. We're going to talk about um, today, tomorrow, Thursday the 5th is the FIFA World Cup.
Club
Sorry,
World Cup.
Club World
Club.
Cup.
I was like, it's not 2026 yet. Pump the brakes. Pump the brakes, my friend.
I'm really
I
excited for that.
I still need another year to save money, man. Come on.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
well, we're gonna be spending money this summer. I bet you.
Woo.
Um,
Woohoo!
so
True.
we're gonna talk FIFA Club World Cup draw. That's gonna happen. Happened. We're gonna give a couple of thoughts on that because I know we are excited for multiple reasons. One, there's obviously the big clubs, the biggest clubs in the
Mhm.
world are coming.
Hmm.
Some of them because we all know
BVB, BVB, BVB.
you're hoping. Well, we'll get into that. We're gonna, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about CONCACAF Champions Cup that RSL has qualified for.
It's been
That
so long.
draw,
8 years. 8 years.
yes, that draw is gonna be on Tuesday, the 10th.
Hmm.
That one's gonna be big.
Mhm.
Um, we're gonna go over a little bit about what's been going on in the MLS playoffs because, well, we are part of the MLS per se. And then we'll end off with some RSL discussions, some things that have gone down. So, without further ado, um, let's get into this Club World Cup. Give me your guys' thoughts.
Yeah, so today, they announced what pot each team is going to be in. So, pot one, you got obviously you got all the best teams in every single pot, but I feel like pot one you have the best of the best. You got City, Real Madrid, Bayern, PSG. Alan, you have to help me. Is that
Flamengo,
Yes,
Flamengo,
Flamingo.
Palmeiras, River, and then
Fluminense.
Fluminense, all in pot one. And then pot two, you got more teams from Europe. Pot three, you have a mixture
In
of,
fact, pot two is only teams from Europe.
yeah, pot two is all European teams, and then pot three and four is everybody else.
Yes. And everyone else is literally everyone else from every other federation. Slap hands, you want to high five
No,
there, Chris?
no. I don't like these pots.
Why not?
I don't. There's a couple teams that I don't. Okay, PSG in pot one. Are you kidding me?
It's because
Are you kidding me?
they
I
probably
would put.
That's
I
because
put.
when they were
I'd
tearing
put.
it up with everybody
I,
else who they had on
oh,
their team.
please. PSG hasn't torn anything up except Ligue 1 in years.
I mean, true. I mean, but I think that's why they're there. I mean,
I, I
because
would I would have put Atletico Madrid in pot one over PSG.
but you can't because Real Madrid is there.
Man.
I know.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like the way that they divided all these up is like so screwy because there's like they can't be in the same pot if they're from the same country, from the
Oh, that's
same
right.
yes. Well, that's I'm talking UEFA rules. They
Yeah.
can't be from the same country because obviously we see two Brazilian teams in pot one. Um,
So can
but
we? So for this draw, can we have this same confederations in the same group?
group?
Yeah.
No,
Yes.
no, same.
No, no.
Only UEFA can have same confederation, so
Okay.
same
Yeah.
federation.
Yeah. So City and Chelsea, they technically could be in the same group.
Yes.
No,
Oh no, I meant
no,
sorry.
No, because
I meant
of their
sorry.
seeding.
no,
City, City and like Inter Milan.
no, because they're from the same country.
Yeah, like City and Milan, City Atletico Madrid could be in the same group.
No, not even Inter Milan because UEFA. I listen to this, guys. I tried to listen to this, and this is what I got out of it. UEFA can't have the same country, and they can't be in like a certain ranking of some sort, from what I understand.
This is messed.
So City, Madrid, Bayern, and PSG cannot play against Chelsea, Dortmund, Milan, and Porto.
So that leaves what? Benfica, Red Bulls,
Juve.
Juve.
Yeah, and then on top of that, Madrid cannot play against Madrid. So that means Madrid can only play against Benfica, Juventus, or Salzburg. It,
So there's
I'm
that
telling,
group.
yeah, kind of. Um,
Kind of.
but yeah, it's crazy, and obviously, I don't want to move too fast on this, but really, the one that I only care about is River Plate.
So is there teams that River can't play? Obviously they can't play Boca, but is there anybody else that they can't play?
They cannot play against Atletico Madrid, Benfica, Juventus, and Salzburg from pot two. They can
Just
only
be
play against the upper half of pot two.
okay. So Chelsea,
Dortmund,
Dortmund, Inter
Inter,
Milan, and Porto.
Porto.
yeah.
Okay.
So that's all they can play against out of pot two. Now, another thing is Inter Miami is in Group A, period. They are A4.
Oh, because they're a host.
Oh, them
And
and Seattle.
Seattle
Yep.
is B4.
Before what?
Uh,
I
What's
um,
what?
B,
don't know.
Group B4.
Yeah. Yeah.
You sunk my battleship.
So those are the only ones that have their positions solidified. Everyone else is up for game. So we could have, in terms of River Plate, because that's who I care about, River Plate, Chelsea,
Mont
Monterrey,
Monterrey,
and I don't know,
Seattle.
Al Ain.
Yeah.
Oh, and also the first game of the tournament is Inter Miami versus whoever is A1.
So wouldn't that technically put them against Man City, Real
It put
Madrid,
it put them
That's what I was
or
gonna
against
say too.
PSG?
no, against anyone from pot one. There's no limitations there. So
You're
You
hoping for River Plate Inter Miami game one,
but that's
and
gonna
we
be a
spend all of our money getting there.
that's
no,
gonna be super expensive.
I'm calling it now. Inter Miami, Real Madrid. So then Messi can play Real Madrid once again.
Mm.
That would be interesting. Or it could be City and he could face Pep.
Mm.
It would be very interesting if he did it if it was against PSG. That'd be a revenge game.
So I
Here's the
There's
guess
thing:
so
Greg
many things.
Calendar is gonna suck against these strikers.
Oh
right,
yeah.
right. So
He's the
is
weak point in the Miami team. I'm just calling it right now. The rest of Miami's team is decently solid. Drake Calendar's the weak point on that squad.
facts,
Yeah.
facts. So are all of
He's
Miami's
lower
games
tier MLS keeper.
Oh yeah.
true, true. Are all of Miami's games just like Seattle going to be at I guess Hard Rock Stadium?
Not all of them, no.
No.
In fact, they said somewhere I read that they have not announced places. The only place that is solidified is the first game and the last game. That's it.
Well, they already announced for Seattle all their games will be at Lumen Field.
All of Seattle's games.
That's what I believe I've read. All of their group stage games will be at Lumen Field.
I'm going to put a high doubt on that one because that's
Google it.
I don't know if I have time. There's so much material to read. But what I did read was all fields had to be natural grass.
Hey, guess what field has natural grass?
Oh,
Aki.
Oh, hey, look at that. Over
oh.
mine and Marcos's shoulders.
Yeah,
Two
but
wasn't picked because it's too small.
What
or
field? What
elevation.
what field doesn't have natural grass is Lumen
Awesome.
Field.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, Lumen.
They're gonna have to put it in.
Replace it.
Well, every single one of the stadiums that they chose are all NFL stadiums, which have turf.
Not all of them.
Not all of them.
Like
I'll have to look at the list of stadiums that they're playing at, but I believe most of them do.
I can believe a
Met
lot of them do, but
MetLife doesn't. MetLife is natural, is it not?
Um,
and hopefully this will be a push to move all fields to all natural.
Also, they're gonna be Mercedes-Benz is gonna have to convert.
yep.
Bank of America, that one's fine. Uh, TQL, really? Cincinnati's field.
Yeah.
Rose Bowl, we're fine. Hard Rock Cafe, Geodis, MetLife.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're all fine.
yeah. If you look at the venues for this, there's not a lot of love for the West Coast. I think it's only
Oh, we
Rose
already
Bowl.
know why.
Yeah, because all of the
Distance.
yeah, it's easier for the flights.
No, no, because of Gold Cup is happening at the same time. Gold Cup is going to be happening on the West Coast.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
So San Francisco, Las
I was
Vegas,
gonna say,
Phoenix.
guess who didn't get picked for the Gold Cup either?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, your guys'
Eh,
field.
Yeah. Yeah, well, your guys' field.
I don't have a field background. Sorry. So I say
That's
your
easy.
guys'
That's an
field.
easy fix.
yeah. So only Lumen Field and the Rose Bowl selected on the here on the West Coast.
Yeah, because like I said, you have other LA fields like oh my gosh, what's another LA field? I
So
can't.
SoFi.
SoFi, thank you. SoFi, you have San Francisco, Las Vegas, Phoenix, Houston, Dallas. All those places are going to be for Gold Cup. So
Exactly. So we look at all the teams here in this FIFA Club World Cup. Obviously, the European teams are going to be the strongest ones, but do we see any teams outside of Europe that might be like that Cinderella that might make some noise?
Brazilian teams.
Brazilian
Yeah,
teams?
Brazilian teams, and I would love to say River Plate or Boca, but they're
Well,
mediocre in Argentina
you've
right
seen
now.
Boca's been struggling strong lately.
But I will say this: the four Brazilian teams out of the four Brazilian teams that are there, three of them are struggling right now. Botafogo is the only one that's
That's
Well, yeah,
true.
doing well.
And
yeah.
the other silent teams that do well are the Japanese clubs. Usually do pretty well as well.
Do you know what's
Like
funny? We're gonna
Ulsan. I think Ulsan's the Japanese club, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
no
Okay.
They're
No.
in pot three.
no, not Ulsan. That's Korean.
Oh, that's right.
Urawa Red
Urawa.
Diamonds.
There we go. They're
Um, and
pot
actually,
four.
and actually, as much as we might make fun of the Saudi Arabian or the Middle Eastern teams,
Al Hilal, yeah.
they look us as Argentine fans. We have experienced Saudi Arabia, and when they get good, they're good
Yeah,
because they're
Yeah.
fast. They're just annoying as heck on the field. So
exactly.
that's another one to keep an eye on. So that's why I hope that whoever River gets, I hope they get to Auckland, New Zealand.
Mm,
That
But
sounds like an easy one.
pretty much the whole European. I think most of the whole world, their schedule's gonna be over. Do we feel like any teams are gonna just not take this tournament as serious, or do you think every team will be taking this?
That actually might be a discussion for a later date when the seasons are starting to close. So maybe around April, we might want to revisit that
oh,
because,
can I give my quick thoughts?
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Group stage, they won't take it as seriously. Knockout stages, they'll take it more seriously. That's all I'll say on that.
Agreed. Agreed. Yeah, because I was just thinking about that because usually you have the Champions League final end of May, early June, and I'm like, yeah, this tournament will be starting after that. So I'm like, maybe some of these players will be going on holiday or not really caring. So who knows?
Well, someone had was mentioning, and here I don't want to go too far into this, but someone had mentioned on one of the shows that I was watching that transfer window is end of
Mm.
June. So they're wondering if FIFA is gonna maybe either extend the transfer window or make it so that if a player starts the tournament, they have to finish the tournament, or have roster decisions made pre-tournament. Who knows? But transfer deadline is end of June, and that might um, cause a little rift in this tournament.
Interesting, interesting.
Yeah, I like City could lose some key players. Real Madrid could lose some key player. Actually, taking a look at the pot, and this is not me being biased at all. I could see City, Real Madrid, Bayern, and I don't know if PSG would lose any players, but City, Real Madrid, Bayern, and Dortmund losing players during
And
that window,
Chelsea,
and Chelsea.
heck, any of the big clubs. So that's why it's going to be a huge X factor. So, anyways, more to come on that. We're super excited for tomorrow's draw. Um, and I'm definitely gonna be posting about it. So if you
So
haven't seen me posting a lot already, I'm posting a lot about it.
so cross your fingers, everybody, for River and Inter Miami.
Like they care. But but yeah, that I'm excited for this tournament, and I may have been slightly against it at first, but maybe because I'm super excited to see my club play in this, it gets exciting.
One of your clubs. You could see two of your clubs if you're lucky.
Yeah, City. I could see City. Could I mean you have two as well if you want to count Dortmund.
Yeah. Oh, of course I'm going to count Dortmund.
So, in fact, I sorry, side tangent. At one point or another, I think
Actually,
I've been a
Juve as
fan.
well.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've been a fan of each club at some point or another, except for Madrid,
Oh,
Real
never.
Madrid, never.
Okay, I was
Wait,
gonna say you got.
Munich?
Yeah, at one point I was.
Oh,
At one point,
oh, I need to go
I,
take a
I, I
shower.
look.
Oh,
I
Ew.
wasn't a fan. I wasn't a fan. I was a sympathizer.
mm.
It was before they got into big scuffles with Barca and whatnot.
Mm. No, but
Anyways,
this is gonna be a fun tournament. I'm really excited for this next summer. But as it gets closer, we'll discuss more when it gets closer to the summer.
do you know which tournament we're gonna be really excited for?
8 years, 8 years, my friends. It's been.
CONCACAF Champions Cup.
We're
Oh yeah.
back. We
And
are back.
Marcos, can you remind us how well we did in the last time we were in this tournament?
Not great. Not great. Not great.
Well, tell us because some of us have a fish memory.
Wasn't it? We got knocked out of group stage.
Uh,
I want. I
what
want.
year was this? 2016?
2016 was the last time we were in.
2016 CONCACAF Champions League. That's what they called it.
Hmm.
Um, well, I'll search for that, but it it wasn't the greatest turnout for us. Oh no, actually it was. We got out of group stage, by the way.
Hmm.
Ah,
Aha. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's what happened. So we're back, and this is gonna be really exciting because it basically makes our preseason start a lot earlier, um, in terms of getting ready to get our team ready. Shoot, what am I
Hmm.
trying to say? Also, by the way, I was because I got distracted. We lost to Tigres. That's how we got
that's what it was.
eliminated.
Yep.
Yep. Yep.
That's what it was. Yeah.
And then the
So
time before that, we made it to the final.
that was 2010.
Yeah.
11.
Yeah,
11.
I wasn't around. Neither was Christian.
But yeah, it was
Were you
20.
around?
No.
Yeah. Yeah. So we weren't around. Maybe that's why we did so well. Well, actually, no, because Christian was around when we won MLS Cup.
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
duh. I wasn't, so duh. um, so here's the thing. There's this competition is really confusing in terms of how they get people to get into their what do you call it? Their seeds. They're the
So
pots and whatnot.
right now, as it stands, there is one spot open left. Um, for teams entering in the round of 16, there's still one spot open, and that goes to the MLS Cup champion. So, barring if the New York Red Bulls pull off the Cinderella story and beat LA Galaxy on Saturday, New York Red Bulls get automatically go to the round of 16. LA Galaxy win, then they go, and then I'm assuming would the Seattle Sounders take then the Galaxy spot? Would they
Yep.
switch? Okay.
Is
Yeah.
that how it
It's
is?
so with this last spot that's open, it's either the winner or the next in the
It,
Supporter Shield standing.
So
oh,
yeah. So Galaxy would get the
Red
go the round of
Bulls.
16, and then
Seattle would get
Seattle.
fallen. All right. Well, I'm leaving out all those situations because I mapped this out not completely, but I have a pretty good idea of where people are going to be in terms of pots, rankings, and where people are going to sit. So
Okay, break it down for us.
here's the rules of this. Out of the champions, so it'd be the CONCACAF Caribbean Cup champion, CONCACAF Central American Cup champion, which was Alajuelense, is
Mm-hmm.
tonight. Columbus Crew, America, and then MLS Cup champion. Out of those five, it goes in terms of ranking. There's whether it's a first, second, third, fourth, or fifth in the bracket for round of 16. So, um, should I just show you my screen? Or we're just gonna go back and forth, play with
Let's do
this.
it. Let's see it.
All right, because and I'll try to explain it as well as I can for our other listeners that are not viewing this. So, this is how it is. I'm going to zoom in here so that way everyone
Please
can
do.
see. There we go. Can you see?
Perfect.
Okay. So, over here in the round of 16 on the left-hand side, we have highest ranked in the round of 16. Below that is the other game, which is fifth highest ranked. Down at the bottom left is fourth highest ranked. On the right hand side, second highest ranked at the very top, and then at the very bottom, bottom right, third highest ranked. So that's where those five teams end up in the round of 16.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. After, so besides that, the next three highest ranked teams then get seeded in certain places where the for the where the highest five ranked are not. Okay, so that means the highest ranked out of those next three go in go into a possible, if they win, into a slot that they don't have to play against one of those five champions. Um, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
So that means over here on the left hand side, the highest ranked would go in if they win their round one game, they go into a slot where the one of the champions is not. The same thing for um, the second and third on the right hand side of the bracket. So here it goes. I have the rankings. Oh, sorry, not the rankings yet. This is how confusing it gets. All
Oh
right,
boy.
you ready for this? I need to move this out of the way real quick. Here we go. So after after you get the highest ranked, five highest ranked, then you have the three highest ranks. Then after that, the remaining 19 teams are as follows. Pot one would be the next best eight ranked. And then pot two is the next 11 ranked.
Oh.
Okay? So, this is how I did it. Don't mind me and my small notepad. This is as big as it's going to get.
That's what she said.
Yep.
Exactly. So obviously, it looks like LAFC number one.
So
Inter
so
Mi-
so this is barring one, rankings don't change and a bunch of other situations. But this is a rough outline.
This is based upon this past season. I'm
This is
assuming.
a guesstimate, folks.
This is a guesstimate. So this is based on the CONCACAF rankings.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So give me back my
Let,
notepad.
let's read
So
this off.
the following in this order, it would be LAFC, Inter Miami, Galaxy, Pumas, Chivas, Cincy, RSL, Whitecaps. That's pot one.
I like that. I like that. We avoid LAFC and Miami.
Pot two would be Rapids, Sporting KC, Saprissa, Herediano, Calvary, Antigua, Montagua, Forge, Real Esteli, and Cibao. So that means going into here, that means anyone in pot one would a be put into the A slot. Okay, anyone in pot two would be put into the B slot, which is why the pot two has three more teams than pot one because three of
Mm,
those teams have to go against the three highest ranked.
Okay.
Got it? Okay, so there you go. Now we can start guessing who RSL's opponent will be because they will be out of pot two.
So by the looks of your list, it looks like the chances we only have two MLS teams, Rapids or KC, that we could possibly play. The
Correct.
rest,
The rest are Costa Rican, Canadian, Guatemalan, or Jamaican. So, how about that? There you go. Um, that's a lot. So now the discussion is um, we could discuss who you would want to play. We could discuss the likelihood of playing against an MLS team. Or because we're on the border, because the rankings could change, the possibilities of actually being in pot two and having to play one of the top teams. I
yeah,
know I just left you guys speechless because that was a lot.
that
yeah, CONCACAF did not do as well with. They made that more complicated than it should have been. So
That was super complicated.
no,
By the
preferably
way,
I would not want RSL to play an MLS team. I want them to go travel to go play on the road to get that
mm,
experience because
yeah,
this is like a
hostile
preseason
environment
game.
experience.
Yeah, go play on a hostile environment preseason game to get ready before the actual MLS season starts.
hostile environment? I don't know. But I do want to
Well,
play against one of
going to get
the
I was like going to Costa Rica, going to Guatemala, those are probably tough environments.
well, that's what I was gonna say. I'd rather face. I mean, obviously, who wouldn't want to face one of the lower ranked teams? Like I would love to face Cibao. That would be like ideal.
But knowing RSL historically,
We're probably gonna get like Saprissa. That's gonna be
Costa Rica trip, Costa Rica trip.
bro. I
Hey,
really this soccer is gonna bankrupt me, man.
what's
Seriously,
money anyhow? It's a
yeah,
man-made construct.
it is. It's
No,
just exchange of time.
no, there was a few of these teams that I looked up, like Real Estel, Antigua, Forge, Calvary, and they were not the greatest of teams over the past couple of years. So I'm like, I would not
Canada
mind.
would be fun for
Yeah,
FC.
Or Calvary, yeah.
yeah. So I wouldn't mind any of those, but also here's a question I was thinking to myself today. Do you think RSL, because we've seen the Open Cup, do you feel like we're gonna play like an Open Cup kind of team, like roster wise?
I hope not.
Well, I don't. Right now, as our roster stands, we can't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
that's the thing.
can't.
Yeah, and we'll get into obviously all the roster situations, but we really can't afford to just play half a on in this tournament. I mean,
And I think that's going to work to our benefit, honestly.
I would hope. So I guess that it's a side conversation that should be had, but should we go all marbles in on this one, ditch US Open Cup and kind of half a the beginning of the season to do well
Well,
in this cup?
no.
'Cause the
The,
reality is, I don't think we're going to be able to go full out on every single competition.
I mean, fair.
I mean
Well, you look at Columbus. Columbus was able to do it.
no, Columbus half-aid the first half of their season.
But yeah, but then you saw them turn around and then they did decent.
But that's what I'm saying. They went all in first half of the season to try to do well in that tournament. It didn't end up doing well. Then they tried to recover their season. They did. They did really well in Leagues Cup, and then they recovered more of their season to finish top in the East or close to the top. So that's what I'm saying. You can only
I'd
focus
be
on
okay
one
with
tournament at a
that.
time.
I'd be okay with that.
Yeah. So with leg one being February 4th or 6th, and then we have that 2 week break, and then 2 weeks after will be the first game of the season. So I don't see it being a problem at all because that's
Actually, I think the second leg is the same week as the beginning of well, we don't have the schedule out yet, but I think leg two is either the same week or
or the following week.
but it's going to be at the beginning of the season. So it's either we go all in on this second leg, depending on how the first leg goes, or we focus on the beginning of the season, which
That's true. Now, what I do like about this CONCACAF Champions Cup, which is different from the MLS playoffs, aggregate.
yes.
We have aggregate for CONCACAF Champions Cup, which Garber, if you're listening to this, we need that.
Oh,
We need that for the playoffs.
he's counting the fat stacks from his new contract that he didn't earn.
Can't believe he signed himself again.
So
Oh,
with it
it's
being
like
with
Al
it
said
being
earlier. Oh man, my contract is up. What do you think, me? I think we should sign again. Are you sure that's a big commitment? There's a good paycheck with it. Well, if you see it that way, I think I'm in. You're a great negotiator.
Yep. That's how I think that conversation went. Because you think about it, who does Don Garber negotiate with if he's the owner? I mean,
his wife.
no, he doesn't negotiate with his wife. That she's not the owner of MLS. So next subject.
But since this is a 2 leg thing for this tournament, would you rather have RSL play home for leg one or leg two?
Like two.
Leg two, it's gonna be warmer. Oh,
How much warmer?
maybe.
2 weeks later is not going to make a difference.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, could make a difference.
It's middle of February in Utah.
It's true. It's true. Yeah, so I'm hoping that there's no snow. Um, for any well our
There
leg,
will be.
whether it's first or second.
We had our home opener in March, and there was snow this year.
I know.
There was
Uh,
snow in the LAFC game.
Yeah,
yeah. I don't know. I don't know. It sucks that it starts this early. I hope that I wish that it would start later, but because of so many tournaments that we have in the year.
it's true. We five trophies. RSL has the possibility of winning next year.
Now listen to this. Um, Miami is in this tournament. No, Miami in this tournament?
Yes, yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
They're
Okay.
they're in both they're in
So
both
so,
tournaments.
so Miami is in. They start the year off with CONCACAF Champions, the season, U.S. Open Cup,
Mhm.
Club World Cup, Leagues Cup, and then if all goes well, MLS playoffs.
They're I don't see them making it. They're gonna be way too tired.
As Suarez just re-signed with them.
Guys, six
Could
tournaments.
you imagine though? They hit the hextuple, sextuple, hextuple. Sextuple's more fun.
Sextuple is more fun.
I like sextupling.
What?
Oh, oh,
Oh, stuff I can't bleep
oh!
out. Oh, dang it.
Bleach on the
Is it
podcast,
is
man.
this still family friendly?
I don't put I don't
You're
put
not family friendly, Marcos.
I definitely don't put kids friendly on the YouTube when they ask me on YouTube, so no worries.
Oh, good.
All right. So that this draw is happening on Tuesday the 10th at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So we'll be not live streaming, but we will be probably live tweeting.
We will.
Mhm.
We will.
I mean, I bet you I'll be actually me and Christian are probably the only ones that are available. Marcus, you got to work. Wah, wah.
But cross your fingers and make sure you tune in. This will be exciting. 8 years. 8 years since RSL has been in this tournament. So get ready, everybody.
Maybe wearing the new RSL away jersey.
Ooh.
whatever it is.
Yeah, whatever it is. We don't know anything. Don't at us, please. We
Or
don't
add
know.
us what you think it'll look like.
Or
We
Pink,
want to see your designs
pink
perfectly
stripes,
drawn on paint.
mountains and pink stripes.
pink stripes.
Pink stripes.
I don't know, just making something random up.
That's really random.
That was a choice.
All right, let's move on and talk a little bit about MLS playoffs because well, we're not in it, but we do want to talk a little bit about it.
I like a good Cinderella story.
And
Eh,
sorry, who called the Red Bulls?
Can I give applause to Christian? Christian, well done, Christian, my friend.
Wait, did you really call him from like
He did.
the very beginning or just from the last round?
From when RSL went out, I was like, I want to see the Red Bulls go far because
He
here's
did.
my philosophy. This is just me in general. When my team is out of a title race, like playoffs, I like to see underdogs and
Hmm.
or a team that's never won it before to win.
All right, yeah, that's totally fine. I can agree with the team that's never won it before.
Well, New York Red Bulls are doing the exact same thing that RSL did in 2009. So that Cinderella that nobody really thought that would go far. Galaxy were also the top dog in 2009. Same here. So they might possibly
Not gonna lie though, the Galaxy are super dangerous.
they are.
Yeah.
I mean, they scored 9 goals in their first series,
But
6 goals in the second series.
you go back to the game against Seattle Sounders. Both teams were struggling hard,
Mhm.
just trying to get the ball in the back of the net.
Well, that's because Seattle was parking the bus and fouling Ricky Puig
Oh, can we talk about that assist Joveljic found? No,
Oh,
sorry, Puig to Joveljic
on a torn ACL.
on a torn ACL. That was beauty.
That's crazy though. That
that was stupid.
which
Like
part?
beautiful pass, but playing on a torn ACL, that was stupid by Ricky
He
Puig.
had zero clue that he had torn his ACL. For I've never torn my ACL, and for those that have, correct me if I'm wrong. I mean,
I'm sure you'd know.
you can still move. It hurts, but I'm pretty sure adrenaline takes over a lot of times. And and you saw him, he was hobbling. So it's not like he had zero clue that he was injured. He was just he was just wanting to work through it and hoping that it was just a knock. But then again, I've never felt an ACL tear. Also, nice message. That's a really nice jersey, by the way.
Hmm.
The stripes, I like the stripes, Christian.
Right, right.
Actually, yeah, that's a really nice. Anyways,
So apparently they said Puig is possibly available for Saturday. I don't know how likely that's going to be.
who did you hear that from?
Who do you keep hearing these things from, Marcos? Who
Like,
is your
like
source?
the Galaxy announced that he's out for the rest of the season.
Well, I also saw on Twitter. Maybe people are making things up on Twitter now.
I don't know. I think you're starting to follow Eli and like all his little BS. Like the dude tore his ACL. They announced that he's out for 9 to 12 months, which is, I mean, totally unfortunate. Like, I don't wish bad on anyone, but that might help out RSL next season.
Might might.
Because here's a shout out to Soccer Dad. I don't think Marco Royce is he's a really good player. Don't get me wrong. But I think age is going to come into play, and I don't think he's going to be able to hold up that center midfield for the Galaxy all season.
Agreed.
But
He's
if they get
also going to learn the lesson that Messi and company just learned on how tough the MLS is.
with the
Uh, he's
the
been ca-
travel,
he's been carried by an electric, very dynamic, dangerous Galaxy team that he's just been kind of thrown in the mix with and just written on their success.
Right?
Once he's written into the actual equation, he's going to feel a difference.
That's what I think. I mean, again, really good player, but he's also turning 36, I think, or he is turning 35, somewhere around
Imagine,
there.
imagine being in your 30s. Ugh.
that's disgusting. That's not. No, but normally I despise any LA team, but this is one of those LA teams. I'm like, this is a solid team. This is a very good attacking team.
I mean, this is what I told you guys from the very beginning of this tournament. I'm not this LA team I could go for. In fact, both LA teams I was fine with. There weren't players that I absolutely hated on the team.
Olivier Giroud, maybe.
I don't hate the guy because we already beat him in the World Cup, so I don't hate him.
True,
It's
true.
like I don't have anything else to prove to him. But like I told you guys with Seattle, Seattle I can't stand. I can't stand any of them. I can't stand the Roldan brothers. I can't stand Jordan Morris. I can't stand Rui Diaz.
Rusnak.
I can't stand Rusnak. I can't stand any of them. The only one I could maybe stand is Stephen Fry because he doesn't go out and like he's not a showboat. But then again,
Fair.
I still don't like him. But the other ones I hate.
Well, now Rui Diaz is like coming back to Seattle.
That's true. But anyways, we're like only focused on the Galaxy, guys. There was a whole playoffs. Like, can we talk about some of the surprises that we saw? For instance, Atlanta beating Miami. That was
Oh,
that was nuts.
Can we
And White and
Brad Guzan needs a statue built for him.
he needs to be back on the national team. Hot take.
not as a starter,
Mm,
but
no, no.
I would
He,
say a starter.
you would start him?
Oh yeah,
at 39 years old,
over Matt Turner. Yeah.
that's a hot take.
That's a
That's a
very
hot.
hot take. I don't know if I agree with that.
Well,
To be
yeah.
fair, I don't think the keeper class of the U.S. right now is strong at all. I would love to maybe see Gavin Beavers in there eventually, but
Well, I mean, he's there in the youth levels. But then again,
a lot of players go through the youth levels though.
everyone wants to see Slonina.
He hasn't done anything though.
People say the same thing about Gavin too.
Gavin's at least getting first team minutes.
Where's Slonina? He's in England, Germany.
I think he's in Barcelona.
Nah,
We have a keeper at Barcelona.
he's probably like 16 years old.
Yeah.
But
um,
speaking of solid keepers so far in the
what?
playoffs, Miguel for Red Bulls, he's been solid.
Oh, he's been
He
so good.
he's been he's kept that team afloat, getting that shutout the last game.
Yeah, two shutouts in a row, by the way.
Yeah, Forsberg has been solid for that team. Lewis Morgan, Tolkien as well.
You're naming off all these players that I'm like, yeah. But that goes to show you that even mid salary cap players make a huge difference.
Well, this
You,
this is the MLS Cup that MLS wanted 10 years ago. We got the two biggest markets. If it was 10 years ago, we would have had Beckham versus Thierry Henry.
That's true.
by the way, total side note, I love Thierry Henry and their Golasso segment. Or is it Golasso? Whatever
Mhm.
CBS
Hmm. Yeah,
Sports.
yeah.
I love their segment, especially their latest one about breast.
Yes.
That was a really good segment.
Hmm.
You
Okay.
never saw it?
I haven't seen it, so I don't know what you got.
It is a classic.
I'll have to check that out. I'm
You,
like, sure.
you
Yeah.
have to. Um, real quick, other surprises for me was NYC beating Cincinnati.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
I honestly kind of saw that one coming because we saw how much Cincinnati was struggling at the end of the regular season.
That's true. That's true. And then the other one that surprised me was Seattle beating LAFC. That one did surprise me.
True.
But other than that, and obviously the Red Bulls beating Columbus being very strong supposedly, but just having the Red Bulls in the final is crazy. But it's not even a hot take anymore. I hate this playoff format. I hope they change it because it was absolutely the pits. I hope that it's just top four from each conference. Period.
That would be ideal.
That
That'd be
would be
ideal.
ideal.
I'm hoping with many of these big teams getting knocked out that Don Garber realizes. Like you had Miami, Columbus, RSL, Cincy, but it's
It's
not gonna
not.
happen.
It's not going to
No,
happen. It's not going to change.
because we're gonna have
Money
well,
speaks.
we have one more team coming to the MLS next season, so
I don't think that changes the MLS format. Sorry, the playoff format. I think they're just after money. So, more games, more money. Which I don't know if they got a lot of money in this offseason because Miami exited. So
It's true. I bet I'd be curious to see viewership numbers.
that'd be an interesting one.
yeah.
All right, Last topic.
but not least.
RSL. Yeah, not the least. This is probably the most important. That's why we saved it for last. Best for last.
RSL,
Okay.
Real Salt Lake, we're going
Since
to win the
since
whole damn thing.
stop it. Since we last recorded, there has been a roster decisions for 2025. So we're just gonna go over the negative ones. We'll call them negative because they're the ones that are leaving. But out of contract, they're not being signed again. Michael Chang, Tomas Gomez, or Thomas Gomez, however you want to pronounce
Tomas.
it,
Tomas.
Tomas, and Marcelo Silva. Those three are out of a contract, will not be re-signed. Any surprises there for you guys?
No.
Have you seen Marcelo's Instagram? The dude's up in the mountains.
I think Marcelo Silva is going to retire.
Oh yeah, he's a classy, classy guy. He definitely was a great player for us.
Incredibly great. I reached out to him on Instagram and thanked him for everything he's done, and he responded back, was incredibly gracious, and so
Yeah.
sad to see him go, but it
A
is.
player like Michael Chang, I could see him being picked up by an MLS team for maybe one season, a one year deal.
Can I maybe I'm pretty heartless, but the same thing happened with Demir at the end of last season. I'm not
Mm,
sad to see these old guys go.
No, no,
It,
it's time to move on.
yeah, it's time to
yeah.
move on. So it's not like, oh, I wish we had him. Not like, so here's my really hot opinion. I really didn't want Beckerman with RSL for the last 3 seasons that he was there. He didn't
Mm.
really attribute to much. He was just an old guy in the midfield.
He brought the leadership, which was good. That's what we needed. That was
But do
about
we
it.
want leadership or do we want gameplay?
You got to have a balance of both.
And
Yeah, exactly.
I think RSL fans value more leadership and personality more than play. But that's just my hot take. Sorry, don't kill me.
Now,
Um,
let's take a look at this contract options declined list.
Hmm.
This is
yes,
the fun list. You mind if I read it off real quick?
go ahead.
We have Kevin Bonilla, Eric Holt, Bertine Jacqueson, Benji Michel, Haziel Orozco, Elijah Paul, Delence Pierre, don't know who that is, and Rubio Rubin.
Okay.
So,
Anybody on that list surprise you?
oh, easily has to be Orozco because he literally just came back after his loan. We thought he was going to be that diamond in the rough to help us on our defense, but
Hmm.
nope, we didn't want to keep him around.
Now, might I add this little thing? And I'm pretty sure I want to say this with confidence, but I'm going to say it with some hesitancy. I think option declined means that they can still negotiate, just that their option that was
Correct.
supposedly part of their
Mhm.
contract is just being declined, so they can still renegotiate. Uh,
Correct.
um,
Correct.
so it does for me. It doesn't mean that all these players are like not
They
coming
said
back.
goodbye to a bunch of the players though on social media.
That's true. They did say thank you, thank you, thank you to all of them. So maybe they aren't negotiating. But usually in general, option decline means that it's still you can still negotiate. But it looks like RSL put out that just no. And
Mhm.
I would agree with Orozco. Um, one that maybe well yeah, all of them had potential at some point. Like Bertan had potential to take over the right wing. Never
Mhm.
fit in. I think he played one game last season, and it was when we were like super thin on the roster.
The one on the list that kind of does make me chuckle is Benj Michel. Like we literally signed up for 2 months and that's it.
Oh,
Like
poor guy.
he played one game and it's like what was the point of signing him then?
He
Um,
was a body we needed.
and
We were hurting.
we had him for I think he played 3
Two
games.
games, 2 games.
Yeah. Delence Pierre he was with the I think the Switchbacks on loan. Was that
Yep.
him?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dylan, yeah. Along with
Ah.
Elijah Paul was with the Monarchs.
Yeah. And Rubio Rubin. I'm glad that we finally. That's a lot of. By the way, that's a lot of roster space just between Silva and Rubin. That's I think roughly about 1.1 million just between those two. because Rubin was like
Wow.
600,000 and Marcelo was like 400. And so then you add up everyone else in between. So we cleared up roughly, I think, more than 1.5 million.
That's crazy. That's
I,
crazy.
and I said this in our private chat. I hope we go out and get a center back
Oh, absolutely.
with that.
Absolutely.
But
We need a DP level center back, someone
but
who's just
here's my worry though. Because of that many people, I mean, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 players right there. We're not going to spend all our money just on one player. So we get rid of 11 players, we get one. I think we're going to be looking for players that are somewhere around the 300 to $400,000 range.
you can still get solid players out of that though. Like you take a look at Diego Luna. He was one of those players when brought in. So when I say a solid, okay, I did say DP level center back, but I would
That's what I'm
even
saying.
just, I would still take just a solid, good, even a young, aggressive center back.
I was gonna say
And
somebody on the
please,
same
please note,
level as like a Lachlan Brook.
aggressive.
I mean, you say level of Lachlan Brook. So in terms like a
I want
media,
to step up.
yeah.
I like Lachlan Brook. I really do. I still think he's a good bench player for us.
Do you know
I
what?
want to step above that.
Give me a Markchuk level player in
Yes.
But
the center back.
that's a little on the pricey side.
But Markchuk comes from a pretty mediocre league. That's what I'm saying. Go to those leagues
That's
like
true.
that aren't high end leagues, but give me like a, a starter from one of those leagues,
That'd
a
be
starting
terrific.
center back.
That'd be terrific. The last player that I saw on Twitter that was surprising a lot of people was Kevin Bonilla. He's a rookie that we just picked up in the I believe it was the MLS
In the
Super
draft,
Draft
yeah.
last. Injured all this past season, wasn't able to play at all. For me, like yes, he was injured, but give him a chance. Give the kid a chance. Like he had potential,
But here's the thing: he played defense. We just
but
we
still,
we just bulked up a little
but
bit
but
on our defense.
but still, let him play on the Monarchs.
I don't know if they
Or
wanted us.
just, I mean, they could just sign him to the Monarchs if they want him on the Monarchs.
Oh yeah, that's true. They could. It could.
Renegotiate that contract so it's just Monarchs, not RSL.
Well, it wouldn't be renegotiated. It's totally separate team.
Yep.
That could be an option, and then he could, if he can, work his way back up to um, RSL status. But um, yeah, I think that one did surprise me as well, Bonilla. But at the
But
same time, he plays defense. He plays the outside back. I mean, and I think if I'm not mistaken, he plays right back, which
mhm, correct.
supposedly we're hurting there. But I think by declining his option, that might tell me that we have something coming down the pipeline. That might be one of the positions that we fill in this offseason, which, according to Tom, we're not going to be filling in very much this season.
No
I,
surprise there. No surprise.
we we don't need a ton. We need one or two positions max. We've got a good core team, and I think we getting rid of a lot of the fluff. Again, like I was saying before, I think that's beneficial for us because it's going to force us to play those players. Yes, injury risk goes up. Obviously,
Hmm.
more playing time means more potential injury risk, but I think that's good because it's going to force team chemistry. It's going to force fitness. One thing I did notice, and something I've commented before is I noticed that, Chicho, when he got injured and suspended and stuff, he put on a little bit of weight. He got a little bit of a gut. Just saw a picture, I think it was last week, of him where he was like, progress of the off season. That gut's gone.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
He's been at the gym. He's been working out.
So I think we're gonna get I think Chicho took the reset time. I think this offseason's been good for him. Um, Spending
Yeah.
time in Colombia has been good for him, and the fact that he's still on all of our social media stuff is a good sign.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
A player that we just re-signed for his contract, Anderson Julio. So that was good to see him that he's going to be sticking around for us for a couple more seasons because we saw his breakout season this past year, how well he stepped up when Chicho was not in form, him and Luna. So I'm hoping with him stepping up big time that Pablo is like, hey, we're gonna actually move you to maybe more of a starting role this season.
What do you guys think though of Quinton getting his option exercised?
I like it.
I'm hoping he gets a little bit longer of a contract.
I don't know about a
I
little bit longer of a contract, but I like him as our backup.
Yeah,
Like
he definitely stepped up big time when we needed him most this season.
huge, especially as a right back.
Yeah,
That's probably the biggest surprise, one of the biggest surprises for me during this season. Not only Meccanelli breaking out as a defensive midfielder, but Quinton playing a right back. That was huge.
absolutely,
Yeah, he.
absolutely.
I think he surprised all of us in a very pleasant way.
Oh yeah.
So,
I
so
and
Bill Quinton, if you listen to us, dude, you're a rock star. Thank you. Hearts.
hearts.
Do
Hearts
the
all
heart,
around.
damn it. There you go.
Hearts.
um.
Now,
So
anybody that you're surprised that we exercised the contract on,
Kaliskin
I
I'm
was
trying
gonna
to
say
look.
the same thing.
I'm gonna say Tommy Silva.
also,
That too.
Like Kaliskin, I can understand because when he did play, like yes, he's still young, but he had okay moments. But
Yeah.
Tommy Silva, he didn't really play for us. So why?
Or
and on top of
do you think
that,
they're hoping for
He's
him
the one.
to
Tommy
fill that
Silva's the
center
one that
back?
injured Pablo Ruiz.
that's true.
Hey, notice that Pablo Ruiz is still on the team.
But yeah, yeah. So
And he's been
that's
putting a lot of work in this offseason. He did go down to Argentina,
he is
Uh-huh.
in
He is
Argentina right now.
and he's got a really cool neon sign in his gym. Um,
he looks swole right now.
Well, yeah, he's got to be. He's probably getting swole so that way he can protect his knees again. Holy crap! I feel bad for him. I don't know. So here's my thoughts. I don't know if we're actually going to start him or if he's going to get much playing time.
No, he's gonna be a off the bench kind of guy.
Though maybe get this, maybe he's going to be off the bench guy, but coming in the 65th minute. So that way, Ojeda or
mm,
Anelli can play lights out and then replace them early to
yep.
have someone else play lights out.
I think those three rotating is a very good idea. They all three fit naturally together.
And then add in Palacio as well.
I'll
Oh
say
yeah,
those
plus
four.
yeah, those four, which means we've got good depth on that. With all
Uh-huh.
these games coming up this season,
Well,
we've got
that's
good
what
rotations available.
that's why. Yes, it surprised me that Kaliskin got his exercise, his option exercise. There we are.
Yeah,
But at the same time, that adds five. That's five defensive midfielders or center midfielders that we have. That's crazy.
And honestly, that is probably one of the most underrated positions on a soccer or football team
it's true.
Nowadays, yes, because
nowadays.
before it used to be the most important. Now it's like
Right, you take a look at who's arguably one of the best players in RSL history.
Javi
Javi and Kyle
Yep.
Beckerman,
and Kyle.
both central slash defensive midfielders. Insane, right?
Yeah, yeah. So I think this is going to be a really good core. We have to have that core solid in order to have up top do their thing. Which leads me to another thought. Do we lose Diego Luna next summer?
Yeah,
Maybe.
it pains me to say that, but if the kid wants to get big and if he wants to make moves, then yeah, I think he's gone.
He has to do it soon because what is he 21
I
right now?
He's 21.
Yeah.
I think he stays for one more season, one full season,
Full season?
full
No,
season.
we thought the same thing about with Gomez.
Gomez.
Yeah, but look at how the team performed after he left. I don't think the front office is going to risk that again unless there's an insane offer on the table.
Yeah, and hmm, yeah,
Like
I'm gonna save my opinion for
realistically.
later because I might have a hot take that I don't actually. I'll just say it now and we'll discuss it later in the season. I don't know Luna is if Luna is gonna go to a really big team or a really big league.
No, when he does go to Europe, I think it's going to be second division. second division in Spain, second division in Germany or wherever. But yeah, he's gonna. This summer is
And
my prediction
that
of when he.
that's why I think he's with us for another season. If he can perform at this same level or better this next season and can maintain it for a full season, that's what teams are going to be watching for. Can he maintain this level for a full season? If he can do it for the full season, they'll snatch him next winter.
That's
Yeah,
true.
that's going to be a huge question mark for me.
And that is all on Diego.
Mhm.
I love
True.
him to death, but it's all on him. If he plays lights out again and leaves any of the controversy from this past season in the past,
Hmm.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean, not to throw you under the bus. I don't know what controversy, but he did have games where you could see that he didn't put his full effort into it.
mm, yep.
So, and that's goes to your point. He needs to put full effort in every single time he touches the field. So, um, guys, this is getting really exciting, and uh, and I know we have probably a lot. We have a ton of opinions that we could keep talking about, but we're gonna leave it at this for now. I think this is a good solid base for one. Our next episode is gonna be we're gonna talk about the draw, the CONCACAF Champions Cup draw,
We will
and
finally know who we're playing.
yes, and hopefully we get a little bit more a little more news because actually we have deadlines coming up. There's the super draft, expanded draft.
Free agency starts. Let me pull up my calendar. Free agency starts next Thursday. Everybody, the 12th.
Ooh.
So
Oh,
Maybe we
we
see some players who want to come
the
over to play for RSL from other teams.
that's right. We didn't go over that, but we will go over that. There's a lot of players that are
there's
available from other teams.
there's some veteran center backs that are available from other teams. Could RSL sign them?
Mm,
Could they leave them? But yeah, that opens up next week. So stay tuned.
yeah. All right. Whew, that was a
Good to be
lot.
back. Good to be back.
That was great. Holy
Um,
cow.
a month off. It's good. It's good.
We feel like Chicho right now. It's like I feel like yeah, we're ready.
I've lost weight. Alan looks like he's lost weight. Marcos looks the same.
I appreciate you. I don't know if I've lost weight. I haven't stepped on a scale, but
I'm
I
I'm
appreciate you.
feeding for two. I feel like sometimes.
Oh, geez, don't do
You
that.
can control that, you know.
Oh yes, can you? Yeah. In fact,
Yes,
speaking of
yes, you
that,
can.
I'm probably gonna have like a late night tea right now. So
That's different.
yeah. Anyways, guys, thanks for joining us. Be back next week because we're gonna talk a little bit more.
Make
So,
sure you guys watch the draw. Figure out who we're playing. So until next time, you guys.
Ooh, and I have one question for the audience.
what?
If we
Absolutely.
were to bring a guest player, who would you like for us to bring on? I
Yeah.
mean, I can't guarantee anything. I'd like to know who you would like to have hop in on one of our conversations.
Yeah. Actually, I'd want to know the answer too.
I know who I'd
Same.
want.
Oh, okay. I have my ideas. But anyways, until next time, guys.
Ciao.
Peace out.